The words flash across the screen, inspired by true events. Instantly, a sense of intrigue fills the air. Audiences everywhere know this phrase is more than just a clever marketing trick. It's a promise that what they're about to witness is rooted, at least in part, in reality. This phrase is more than a marketing tool. It promises a glimpse into reality. It invites us to question, to wonder, and to search for the truth behind the spectacle. It's a hook that pulls us deeper, making us participants in the story, not just passive viewers. When Dhurandhar hit theaters, it wasn't just a film, it became a national obsession. People flocked to cinemas drawn by the allure of a story that might have actually happened, eager to see which parts were real and which were pure imagination. Audiences left not just entertained but hungry for the truth behind the spectacle. Conversations spilled out onto the streets, with friends and strangers alike, debating what was fact and what was fiction. Social media exploded with theories. Everyone wanted to be the first to uncover the real story. Hashtags trended, and message boards filled with speculation, as people pieced together clues from the film and from real life. Who was the real Major Samir Rathore? Was he a hero, a myth, or something in between? The search for his true identity became a puzzle that captivated the nation. Was Gulrez Balok based on a real gangster? Or was he a composite stitched together from the legends and rumors of the underworld? The line between reality and fiction grew ever thinner. The film blurred the line between history and fiction, sparking debates everywhere. In living rooms, classrooms, and newsrooms, people argued over what the film got right and what it invented. The tagline didn't just sell tickets, it sold a mystery. It turned every viewer into a detective, eager to separate fact from fabrication. We watch, knowing that somewhere, events like these might have happened, making every moment feel heavier. The weight of possibility lingers, making the story resonate long after the credits roll. The filmmakers understood this power, weaving a story that felt both epic and disturbingly real. They played with our expectations, challenging us to look beyond the surface and question what we believe. The question lingered. How much of this actually happened? Was the truth even more dramatic than the film, or had the filmmakers taken creative liberties for the sake of storytelling? Unpacking fact from fiction isn't about diminishing the film. It's about understanding the choices behind the story. It's about appreciating the artistry, while also respecting the real events and people that may have inspired it. And so, the quest to uncover the truth behind Dhurandhar began. A journey that would take audiences far beyond the theater, into the heart of a mystery that still captivates us today. Dhurandhar follows Major Samir Rathore, an Indian intelligence officer whose life is defined by shadows and secrets. Haunted by past failures that still echo in his mind, Rathore is a man burdened by the weight of his own conscience, yet driven by an unyielding sense of duty. His eyes betray a history of loss, and every decision he makes is colored by memories he cannot escape. He's assigned a mission that could change everything. A covert operation to infiltrate the empire of Karachi's most untouchable gangster, Gulrez Gulu Balok. The stakes are higher than ever, and failure is not an option. Rathore must adopt new identities, slip through the cracks of a city that never sleeps, and outwit a criminal mastermind whose reach seems limitless. Balok rules his neighborhood with an iron fist, his influence stretching from the darkest alleys to the highest offices. Politicians bend to his will, and the people, caught between fear and necessity, have little choice but to obey. He is both a king and a tyrant, his power built on loyalty, intimidation, and a network of secrets. To get close to Balok, Rathore must go deep undercover, immersing himself in a world where trust is a rare currency and betrayal lurks around every corner. Every step he takes is a gamble, every conversation a potential trap. He risks not just his life but his very identity. The film transforms into a relentless cat-and-mouse game, where allegiances shift like sand and danger is a constant companion. Rathore must navigate a labyrinth of lies, always one step away from exposure, as the line between friend and foe blurs. Rathore's journey is as much psychological as it is physical. He is forced to confront the cost of patriotism, wrestling with the moral ambiguities of his mission. The deeper he goes, the more he questions where his loyalty truly lies, and what he's willing to sacrifice for the greater good. Balok, the antagonist, is more than just a ruthless criminal. He is a product of his environment, shaped by hardship and survival. To some, he is a monster. To others, a protector who provides what the system cannot. His duality challenges Rathor's understanding of justice and villainy. At the heart of the film is their battle, a clash of wills, strategies, and survival instincts. Each man is determined, each move calculated as they engage in a high-stakes game where the outcome is anything but certain. Rathor witnesses the gangsters' operations firsthand, seeing not only the brutality and violence but also the strange sense of order Balak brings to the community. He observes how people depend on Balak for protection, for justice, and for survival, revealing the complex web of relationships that sustains the underworld. The story builds to a high-stakes finale, where personal sacrifice collides with geopolitical intrigue. Rathor must make impossible choices, knowing that the fate of many hangs in the balance. The tension reaches its peak as secrets are revealed, and destinies are decided. It's a film designed to leave audiences breathless, their hearts pounding as the credits roll. But more than that, it invites viewers to question the nature of truth, loyalty, and the thin line between hero and villain. In the end, we're left to wonder how much of this world is fact and how much is fiction. The answers may be more complicated than we think. Dhurandhar's world is rooted in Karachi's real history. Liari, once the city's oldest neighborhood, was infamous for violent gang wars. Figures like Rahman Dakait and Uzair Balak ruled with brutality, sometimes seen as protectors by locals. After Dakait's death, Uzair Balak expanded the gang's reach, forging ties with politicians and intelligence agencies. The film's lawless enclave mirrors Liari's reality, and its police characters echo real-life officers like SSP Chaudhry Aslam. But the biggest leap. The idea of an Indian agent orchestrating a Karachi gang's downfall, there's no evidence for that. The real story was a Pakistani struggle, reimagined as a cross-border thriller. The creators of Dhurandhar were clear: the film is inspired by, not based on, true events. Director Aditya Dar and RSVP Movies wanted a gripping thriller, not a documentary. Major Rathor is pure fiction, a symbol of unsung intelligence heroes, not a real person. Gulrez Balak is an amalgam of Karachi's infamous gangsters, not a direct portrayal. This creative freedom let them craft a classic hero's journey and a formidable villain. The filmmakers argue that storytelling sometimes means merging facts, condensing timelines, and inventing characters. Dhurandhar is patriotic entertainment, fiction dressed in the clothes of reality. Dhurandhar's blurred lines sparked controversy. Major Mohit Sharma's family sued, claiming the film borrowed from his real-life heroics without permission. The debate: where does inspiration end and appropriation begin? The filmmakers insisted Rathor was a composite, but the controversy lingered. In Pakistan, the film was banned as propaganda, accused of distorting facts and maligning the nation. Critics in India warned that fictionalizing real conflicts could mislead audiences. The film's power to shape opinion became clear. Cinema doesn't just entertain, it influences memory. The debate over accuracy became a matter of cultural and political importance. Major Samir Rathor is Dhurandhar's greatest invention. He's detailed and believable, but entirely fictional. No Indian officer undertook such a mission in Karachi. The real Indian army has covert heroes, but Rathor's story is pure cinematic imagination. The controversy with Major Sharma's family shows how real sacrifices inspire fictional heroes. Rathor's mission, name, and backstory are invented to create a compelling patriotic narrative. This blend of real spirit and fictional specifics is common in thrillers, allowing for clear heroes and satisfying conclusions. Rathor is a symbol, an idealized soldier, not a historical figure. Gulrez Gulu Balak feels real because he's based on Karachi's notorious gang leaders. He's a composite, capturing the power and terror of figures like Rahman Dakait and Uzair Balak. The film accurately shows his political connections and Robin Hood image. But Balak is not a real person. There was no single gangster by that name brought down by an Indian agent. The real Karachi gang war was a tangled web, not a battle against one villain. The film simplifies for drama, making Balak a final boss for Rathor. This makes for a cleaner story, but loses the messy truth of systemic failure. The real conflict was about more than just one man. Dhurandhar's Karachi is vividly authentic, but the central mission is pure fiction. The film's setting mirrors Liari's real streets and gang violence. Operation Dhurandhar is inspired by the real Operation Liari, a bloody crackdown by Pakistani forces. The visuals of urban warfare are accurate, but the plot of Indian intelligence orchestrating it is invented. The real operation was a Pakistani effort to reclaim control, not an Indian covert mission. The film reframes a complex internal crisis as a patriotic spy thriller. It borrows real drama, but attaches it to a fictional engine. Does blurring fact and fiction in Dhurandhar matter? Absolutely. The way a film presents its story can have a profound impact on how we see the world around us, especially when it claims to be based on real events. When filmmakers mix truth with imagination, it's not just a creative choice, it can shape beliefs, attitudes, and even national identities. Films shape public perception. Many viewers take inspired by true events at face value. For some, the line between what really happened and what's been dramatized becomes almost invisible, especially when the storytelling is powerful and emotional. Dhurandhar risks rewriting history, turning a Pakistani struggle into an Indian victory. This isn't just a matter of creative license. It can alter collective memory, influencing how future generations understand the past. For sensitive topics like India-Pakistan relations, this can deepen stereotypes and fuel misinformation. The stories we see on screen can reinforce old prejudices or create new misunderstandings, sometimes without us even realizing it. Yet filmmakers are storytellers, not historians. Their primary goal is to move us, to make us feel, and to capture our imagination, even if that means bending the facts. Their job is to inspire, provoke, and entertain, even if that means fictionalizing events. Sometimes, a little fiction can make a story more relatable or impactful, helping audiences connect with themes that might otherwise feel distant. Films like Dhurandhar can spark curiosity and honor real-world courage. They can motivate viewers to learn more, to ask questions, and to appreciate the sacrifices of real people. But as audiences, we must be critical, enjoy the spectacle, but question its truth. It's up to us to dig deeper, to separate fact from fiction, and to recognize when a story is more than just entertainment. The debate is about balance, artistic freedom versus historical responsibility. Both are important, but neither should completely overshadow the other. Cinema's power demands skepticism and awareness. We owe it to ourselves to watch with open eyes and thoughtful minds. Behind every true story is a storyteller's choice. Every decision, every change, every embellishment shapes what we believe. So, where do you draw the line between art and accuracy? That's a question every viewer and every filmmaker must answer for themselves.